never fails. Whenever you try to get back into your rhythm, there are always obstacles. And that's why I have on my little button right here that says fear less, because no matter what, you keep plugging, plugging, plugging. It's the little steps that add up to the big steps. So glad to be back. Thank you for coming by the boardroom. This is the chatty chairwoman. Had to really take about 3 weeks off to pursue a bid for my company, and it required practicing every day with the team, making sure we had all the facts, making sure we prepped for questions. So it took 3 weeks, and we will see how it pans out. Anyway, thank you for stopping by the boardroom, board member. I hope you are enjoying your day today. Just wanted to stop by and talk about one of my favorites, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey. Now, I'm sure you've heard by now, her and Mike Hill are Splitsville, right? What was it? Chill is now Splitsville? Anyway, let's give a little background. Cynthia and Mike Hill met apparently on the Steve Harvey show. He did a sort of dating game and matched them up, and they started dating. Woo, woo, woo. I think it was like a year or so later. They got engaged. Then a year or so later, they got married, and they were married almost 2 years, because on social media, they were everywhere, sharing everything, posting every move. And then it went what? Dark. So we all speculated. Even my daughter said to me, Mom, I don't think they're together anymore. So we all speculated because their social media activity went silent. And sure enough, when the anniversary came and people were ready for that dramatic photo to be posted, we instead got what? Notification that they were splitting, decided to go their separate ways, decided to get a divorce. So we know there were some red flags early on, right? The bi-coastal relationship, one person on the East Coast, the other person on the West Coast. Both of them are celebrities in their own right. And Mike Hill, had said that even in his book, that he has always cheated on every woman he's ever dated. Now, the biggest red flag was that episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta where they were having dinner at Mike Hill's house and all of his friends were women. Mike Hill said he didn't have any male friends, which is odd considering what? He's a sportscaster. Anyway, I thought that was a major red flag, and even some of the women he had even dated. So we know that Cynthia is very easygoing. I guess that's what she presents. But Nene Leakes said there was a whole other side. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But so now that they are going through their divorce, apparently the divorce listed the reason for the separation. Because remember now, on the social media post, they gave this long story about, the friendship no longer works, or they realized they weren't friends, that they were just in love. And we know friendship is the foundation for every great marriage, so they say. So friendship didn't work, and they realized it was time to move on. There's no fault on either side. And they tried to drill down on Cynthia at BravoCon, and she just simply said that the marriage didn't work. So come to find out, in the court documents, somebody did their research. So shout out to, I think I saw this first on page 6. Shout out to them. Come to find out, in the court documents, Mike Hill is accused of having inappropriate relationships with women, and that is the purpose or the reason for their divorce. So I guess that wasn't supposed to be posted in the public record, because once that leaked, Cynthia went back and had the reasons and the record filed as, what is it called? Redacted, not redacted, but there's a term when you have a public record, can't even think of the word right now. When you have a public record, private, there's a term that they use. Anyway, I'm sorry. But yeah, so she had the records non-disclosed. That's not the word. So anyway, so we find out from the legal documents that Cynthia lists the reason for the divorce. In the reason for the divorce was Apparently, Mike Hill had an inappropriate relationship with a woman, but it didn't go any further. It didn't say the irreconcilable differences, which is usually what is listed in a divorce decree. And once that leaked out, because of course, people are going to research it. And once that leaked out, Cynthia went back and had the court filings redacted. So most of the private information is no longer visible to the public. But I kind of think, and this is just my opinion, my humble opinion, I kind of think that was on purpose. I know that, they like to present as professionals and easygoing and just get over it and move on, and it's no one's fault and we just want to be friends after this. But I kind of think that was on purpose. Because remember, and I think, well, you know why I think it's on purpose? Because remember, Nene Leakes used to say there are two sides of Cynthia. There's the one we see and the one behind closed doors. So I'm just going to leave it there. What do you think? Do you think she purposely wanted to put Mike Hill on blast? And you know what? I say there were no surprises there. There were simply no surprises in that relationship. I saw him as attracted to her when she was on Rhoa, because that helped him boost his books, that helped him boost his brand. No one heard of Mike Hill before Cynthia Bailey. I'm sorry. If you have, let me know, but I never heard of Mike Hill before Cynthia Bailey. So I just think once that housewife peach was gone, her attractiveness decreased. And there was a video on social media where he's out with his friends, and there's this young woman, I forgot what they call her, the pole lady or something. I don't know. I don't know. I can't keep up with that stuff. But she holds onto his hips and is able to propel herself up into the air, which I think is pretty incredible, right? That means she's in great shape. But I was like, inappropriate. But I think they had already separated by this time. So anyway, put in the chat, what do you think? First of all, I want to say, do you think they officially met on the Steve Harvey show? Because the reports early on were they knew each other before the Steve Harvey show. Number one. Two, do you think Cynthia Bailey was used as a come up to build his name and to sell them books? And three, do you think our sweet Miss Cynthia purposely allowed the public record to reveal the real reason for the divorce? I want to hear what you have to say, board members. And you know what? Let me know in the chat what you think. Because, I think Cynthia is too smart to miss that one. Correct? And number four, do you think Cynthia should have stayed with Peta? That's the real question. So thank you so much for stopping by, board members. Don't forget, this button says fearless. Remain fearless. You should be doing something every day that makes you uncomfortable, because that's how you know you're living in your purpose. If you are uncomfortable in every aspect of your day, then you're not living out your true purpose. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I know it's lagging. You see what happens when I get into my rhythm? That's okay. I'm pressing forward. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button before you exit.